Ah, come on. Hi, how are you all? Welcome to Bellevue. So we're going to kick off the day today with a story. Now, the theme of this year's hosting summit is Rise Above. And the idea around that is how can you drive your business to rise above market conditions, economic conditions out there in some parts of the world? How can you drive your business to rise above what some people think are the limits on what your business might be? How can you rise above your competition? How can you get your people to rise above what their limits may be? We passionately believe that ultimately leadership is about helping others to be their best. And those of you who are leaders, hierarchical leaders in your organizations, one of your most important missions is how do I get all my people energized and focused all at once? That's one of the things I'm going to tackle. I have 3 goals with my stories: to challenge you about leadership, to challenge you and make you think about what kind of leader you are and what kind of leadership culture you have, and to inspire you. So we're going to start with a story this morning that talks about the limitations we sometimes put on our own thinking. And let me ask you this. If I gave you this challenge as business people, what would you say? Here's my challenge. I would like you to go and start a courier company. A courier company in one of the most crowded cities on planet Earth. And here are the parameters around this startup business. I'm going to give you a completely unskilled workforce. I'm going to give you no startup capital. And I'm going to give you no technology infrastructure with a completely unskilled workforce. And the mandate on your business is I want you to create a company that has an on-time and accuracy rate equal to or better than FedEx. Could you do that? Well, most people who are in business would say that's not possible. But welcome to Mumbai, home to 17 million people and an incredible organization known as the Dabbawala. Dabba means lunchbox, Wala means carrier. You put them together, you get lunchbox carrier. And in this case, it refers to a very specific type of lunchbox used for carrying hot meals known as the tiffin.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम रघुनाथ धोंडेवा मेदगे हूँ। मैं डब्बावाला एसोसिएशन का प्रेसिडेंट हूँ। हमारी डब्बा का सर्विस 18 से 90 से शुरू है। हमारे टोटल 5000 मेंबर्स मुंबई में कार्यरत है।
The Dabbawala was started in 1890 as a way to get lunches from home to office for snooty British administrators who wouldn't be caught dead in public with their own lunch. Today it serves a similar function for office workers who commute into Mumbai. Because in downtown Mumbai the hot food and fast food choices are pretty limited and some of them are of very iffy quality, the Dabbawala serve a function. In the morning, once people are at their office, at home, typically the spouse or mother prepares a hot meal, packs it in a tiffin, and then the Dabbawala spring into action. Every day, they stop at over 400,000 homes around the greater Mumbai area and pick up tiffins, and then using only foot, bicycle, and the incredibly crowded Mumbai train system, they transport their cargo across the city, often from one side to the other, in primitive wooden crates. Often they will hand off from one to another 4 to 6 times over the course of a day. And your typical Dabbawala travels about 80 miles every single day at a pace that none of us could possibly keep up with.
मेरी ग्रुप की साइकिल है, अंधेरी स्टेशन में छोड़ के जाता हूँ, तो मैं दूसरे ग्रुप की साइकिल डिलीवरी पॉइंट पे यूज करता हूँ और मेरी साइकिल वो लोग यूज करते हैं.
But here's the kicker about them. They're almost all illiterate. They couldn't read an address label if you put it on the tiffin. So they've had to develop their own system of colors, codes, and numbers to identify the office building, the office within that building, and the recipient within the office in order to get their cargo to its destination, which makes its on-time and accuracy rate pretty effective, pretty impressive. Their error rate is 1 in 4 million, 99.999% accurate, and they have an on-time rate that FedEx or UPS would die for. The cost of this to a customer is less than 40 cents a day. And it gets even better. This is a pretty smart organization. They're very flat. There are only 3 levels in the Dabbawala organization. Some organizers, some supervisors, and then the roughly 5,000 Dabbawala themselves. The kick is all of them share equally in the revenue and profit, so they're incented to be highly productive and to work as a team.
हर एक बंदा का काम टीम के लिए करना है. अगर एक बंदा कम काम करेगा तो पूरी टीम की इनकम सोर्स लो हो जाती है.
Today, the Dabbawala have been studied by every major business school around the world, and an endless list of large corporations have sent their HR and training people there to try and find out what they do. They've been granted ISO 9000 and Six Sigma status for their work.
अभी लंदन में भी प्रिंस चार्ल्स की शादी में जाकर आया हूँ. इटली में 2 बार जाने का मौका हमें मिला है. और मैगजीन ने भी हमारी रिसर्च की थी. बीबीसी ने भी डॉक्यूमेंट्री वहाँ बना के दी थी. हमारे ऊपर देखते हैं कि इनको क्यों ना सिक्स सिग्मा देना चाहिए. हमें तो पता ही नहीं सिक्स सिग्मा क्या है.
Now, as the world changes, the Dabbawala organizer is changing too. India is a technology hub, so today you can text them special requests or sign up for the service online. And as more and more women enter the workforce in India and therefore are not available to help prepare the meals, they've changed their business model. They've partnered with quality restaurants around Mumbai who prepare the hot meals and pack them in tiffins, and then the Dabbawala use their network to deliver them. And they're smart. They figured out since they're visiting all these offices, they've added a revenue stream of delivering direct marketing.
5,000 बम्बई के डब्बे वाले 4 लाख टिफिन का ट्रांजैक्शन पर डे लोकल ट्रेन से, साइकिल से और मैन पावर की वजह से कर रहे हैं.
And what's the message of the Dabbawala for all of us in business, all of us as business leaders? Well, I think there are two big messages. Number one, when I came into business back in the 1980s, there was a phrase that was used all the time: KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. The Dabbawala are successful because they keep their business model very simple. And secondly, and more important, is focus. Everyone is focused and knows exactly what they've got to do, and that's why they can execute it to those levels of accuracy. And my message to all of us as leaders, as I say, in the clutter of all the emails, phone calls, and meetings that all of us have to do with, I believe that today the greatest gift you can give your people as leaders is give them the gift of simplicity and focus. Help them focus, because when human beings are focused and know what they've got to do, typically we can perform to incredible levels. And this morning, with our next guest speaker, Chris Capicella, we're going to hear about how Microsoft's focus on leadership and on making a couple of big bets out there over the next couple of years are going to help drive your businesses together. So with that, I hope you enjoyed that story. Let's get on with the program. Thanks very much.